Final score, LA Lakers 113, Golden State 105. We take a timeout, and again, ugly purple streamers come down from the
floor. Ugly purple streamers coming down on the floor. Tell me how you really feel, Tim Roy, as we say good morning to everybody out there getting off their graveyard shift. Good morning to everybody getting ready for work. If you're at work, what is happening? Good morning to all the teachers, cops, students, high school students, elementary school students, you name it. Longshoremen, you know I love you, Longshoremen. Love all the union workers as well. As we say, oh, baby, the Warriors lose another one to the L.A. Lakers, their third straight loss to the L.A. Lakers, and another road loss, which has people all up in arms. I'll just say it right off the rip. I'm not too concerned about the loss, but there are some things that bothered me from yesterday's game. As I say, good morning to Spadoni, Lubman, and you, Joe Shasky. What is happening?
And we could lose our mind, pull our hair out about rotations and minutes and allocation and pecking order and all those things. But, like, zoom out. The amount of frustration I saw over the loss, because we've lost 3 times to the Lakers in a month. Like, I hate losing to the Lakers every single time. But, Ponte, like, you just got Steph back, and you saw glimpses, especially late in that game, of, like, vintage Steph Curry. Right. I mean, look, I don't want to get this extreme, but I mean this when I say this. Ponte, they could lose every single road game the rest of the way. If they make the playoffs and they're in a 7-game series, I'm still going to be able to say I think they'll win one of the 2 first road games on the games on the road. Like, right. I'm still taking them to do that. So I just don't know what this collective outrage is. The bigger thing is, like, is Wiggins going to come back? Like, I don't know. I have an answer. I don't think anyone has an answer. No one knows what's going on. I'm a little worried there.
Wiggins, yeah, I do believe he'll come back. Bob Myers joined JD and Guru last week, said he believes he's going to come back. And hopefully Wiggins does come back. And they don't just need Wiggins. They need Wiggins to be the two-way guy he was in the postseason last year. Just Wiggins just being Wiggins and scoring the 12 points that he did when he came back from the right adductor strain is just not good enough. And you missed Andrew Wiggins yesterday. You missed Andrew Wiggins because you look at the lineups and there's going to be a lot of outrage over Kuminga minutes, a lot of outrage over whether or not Poole should have started, a lot of outrage over Anthony Lamb, a lot of outrage over Andre Iguodala playing 14 minutes of action. Here's where I stand on this. All right, so first of all, you start a lineup where you have DiVincenzo instead of Jordan Poole in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
First time all season, DiVincenzo has started alongside the Splash Brothers.
Did you, before going in, did you like that, love that, hate that, indifferent?
I like DiVincenzo off the bench with Kuminga.
Okay.
I like
He's
Poole
logged a lot of minutes as of late, and I worry about DiVincenzo down the stretch.
Well, yeah, 37 minutes last night. He had 31 minutes Friday night against the Pelicans, another 32 minutes. 32 minutes against the Pelicans, 31 against the Clippers.
Huge offensive rebound.
Well, yeah, no, he's been fine. 37 minutes. They'll have some days off.
Yeah.
But Jordan Poole, in his start bench split, to where he comes off the bench and he has no impact whatsoever. All right? He starts, he has a bit of an impact, although he's been inconsistent. He's been a roller coaster all season long, and he's had a tough time dealing with the changing of roles. So he doesn't start yesterday, and he comes off the bench. He goes 3 of 11, 3 of 10 from 3. Over his last 2 games, he's 6 of 24 from the field and 3 of 15 from 3. You got to figure that one out, number one. How can I get the most out of Jordan Poole? Is it starting or coming off the bench? And to me, you're getting off the slow starts. This is a nice straight game. You've fallen behind in the first quarter. The homestand, you're falling behind in the first quarter. You're down 17 to the Pelicans Friday night. Late yesterday, you're down 20 to the LA Lakers. You got to start faster. So how do I start fast? Maybe I need to put in Jordan Poole to start the game. Not finish, but at least start. That was my number one issue going into it. But I got a plethora of issues for yesterday. Not outrage or anything like that, but just rotations.
I understand people being frustrated. I saw just so much anger yesterday. Like, the sky is falling. They won 5 in a row. You know, like, and I'm good. I want.
Was this on Twitter?
Yeah, just in general.
Oh, well, that's Twitter.
The general tone, just comments across the board, text messages I received. It's not just myself. I just think people are losing their minds. And you're right, it is probably the general tone. But, like, you won 5 in a row. If, again, go back 9 days ago. Hey, you're going to go 5-1 over the next 6. Yeah, I would have said, sign me up.
You went 7-4 without Stephen Curry. You missed 11 games, you went 7-4.
I would have said they would have been lucky to go 4-7 during that stretch. So, anyway, getting back to it, like, the Jordan Poole thing is interesting to me. I don't know what the right answer is, B, because you can make an argument, oh, they need the defense out there early on because they're giving up like 30-plus a game in the first quarter. And the other side of it is, though, I do need the best out of Jordan. And I'm starting to believe there is something there where he's got to, like, for his comfort level, for whatever reason, he likes to start. The problem is that when Wiggins returns, isn't he the logical person to go back to the bench?
He's going on the bench.
I find a disconnect there. I don't know what the answer is.
So starting DiVincenzo, and one thing, look, DiVincenzo's earned the starts.
Yeah.
He's at least earned the trust to close games because of his defense, because of his big shot making. I got no problem with
his
DiVincenzo.
activity, B, wouldn't you say, on the loose balls?
Right. And nobody's blaming Poole, but, like, Poole just was MIA yesterday.
Yeah.
Again.
It was back in.
Last two games, 6 of 24, 3 of 15 from 3. He's been inconsistent. So you got that one. So you start slow anyway. You fall behind by double digits for the fourth straight night. So then it comes to Jonathan Kuminga. And Jonathan Kuminga's possibly coming off his best week of basketball. Back-to-back 19-7 games. 19.7 rebounds, back-to-back games against the Clippers and the Pelicans, while defending Kawhi Leonard, defending Paul George, defending Brandon Ingram, dunking all over Brandon Ingram, making Brandon Ingram frustrated.
Yeah,
he had him in Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm.
So then last night you get to Kuminga, and there's some things that I saw the Lakers do, and we'll get to that. But 13 minutes, he goes 2 of 10. He's going to be erratic. There's going to be some things that drives you crazy about Jonathan Kuminga, but you gotta let the kid play through it. Look, here's the deal. Andre Iguodala, it was great to see him back. He played 14 minutes. And all those plus-minus geeks are going to say plus 11. He does know the game. He does know where to be on the floor. He does get the team in the right set. But I know what Iguodala's going to do, so I don't need to see it. You know what I'm saying? It's just save him for the playoffs. Good that he's healthy. I know he can run up and down the floor. Good. I need Kuminga to play through these mistakes right now to get ready for the playoffs. And that's my biggest issue there with the whole Iguodala and Anthony Lamb. Like, Anthony Lamb, I got no problem with him playing. A lot of people are outraged over Anthony Lamb. We'll get to that. But Iguodala, I know what he's going to do in the playoffs. I got to see Kuminga more, especially in a game like that yesterday.
Like right now, I think we're giving Iggy way too much benefit of the doubt on like defensive credibility. Like right now, Kuminga's a better defender.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, B. Who's the better defender right now? Right now, not last year, not 3 years ago, not 5 years ago.
Raw talent, Kuminga has it, but it's about knowing how to defend, defending with your mind, knowing the scouting report,
agreed,
knowing where to be, and that's one thing you got to give Iguodala. He knows where to be.
He's got good hands.
He knows where to be. His instincts, his IQ. He knows. Although he came into the game yesterday, got cooked by Anthony Davis. So if we're going to go big, I'd rather see that with Kuminga. Kuminga played 13 minutes yesterday is criminal. Now, part of it is the Lakers are sacking so far off of him, Kuminga, Looney, Draymond, that you got to mix it up.
I agree.
And that's where you miss Andrew Wiggins.
I agree.
You can't play 3-on-5.
And Iggy's got zero shot from the outside.
No, I mean, he threw up 2 bricks yesterday.
The one he clanked and barely hit rim.
Both of them was bricks.
So bad.
The first one almost broke the backboard. The second one damn near missed everything.
It's so bad.
All right, so he can't shoot.
But here's the other part about the Iguodala. And this is where I'm conflicted on the Iguodala thing. It's like, oh, he's got to get ramped up for the playoffs. Like, just going off of the history, there's no way he's making it 25 games in the playoffs and going to be healthy and available for all those games. Like, I'm just calling it like I see it. Like, to think that he's going to be available and a contributor. I know Kuminga will be available. You've got to give Kuminga these minutes and down the stretch. When they went 5-0, he had about 30 minutes a game. That's what he was playing in those games. And so, yeah, I know yesterday it might be an outlier. Maybe he plays a lot more moving forward. He needs those minutes. Yeah, this isn't about just the now. It's also about the long-term investment. And I'm not talking about 2 years from now. I'm talking about 2 series from now when they get into the playoffs and they're going to need Kuminga out on the wing, being athletic and being a dunker and being a guy who can body up somebody. I don't know, man. I think Kuminga's more important to this team's winning this year than Andre Iguodala. That's the way I would phrase it.
So you could be right about that. My whole issue is this. I know what Iguodala's going to bring me.
Okay.
Which now, in game number 65, I don't need to see it. I know what Iguodala's going to do in the playoffs. If you want to ramp him up the last 5 games of the season, fine. In a game like last night, where Kuminga is getting sagged off, and Anthony Davis or Rui Hachimura or Tony Brown Jr. or whoever's guarding Kuminga are saying, go ahead and shoot the 3, which caused Kuminga to be a bit indecisive in the first half. He didn't know whether or not to shoot it, drive, hit the floater.
Well,
he was a little hesitant because they're doing the Lakers in this game plan. The Warriors may see it in the playoffs.
It's
when they
Anthony
sag off of
Davis.
Draymond.
Yes.
They sag off of Draymond.
It's brilliant.
They sag off of Kuminga. They sag off of Looney. Now, not everybody has Anthony Davis.
No.
A lot of teams in the West don't have Anthony Davis.
But on the Kuminga thing, and this is the double-edged sword that Kerr, this thin line that Kerr likes to walk. When you snip somebody and you crush their confidence so much to where they're indecisive on the D. Like Kuminga, of the guys you referenced, Draymond, Looney, and Iguodala, when you threw Kuminga in there, Kuminga's got the best shot of all those guys, right?
No doubt.
I want him to be able, not all of them, but when he's wide open, he missed one off the back of the rim. That goes down half the time.
Well, he's a 34% three-point shooter, so he's not as comfortable shooting the threes. And
Agreed.
the Warriors have implored him.
But he's so afraid of missing the three and sitting on the bench and knowing that it's like, to me, that's where the confidence building throughout the year.
Right.
Had you built his confidence more to where it's at than right now, he's not as reluctant to take that. And
yeah, but you know what? He's not a good three-point shooter right now. To be honest with you, I don't want him taking 5 to 7 threes a game.
I'm not saying taking 5 or 7, but like he missed one that was wide open yesterday where they sagged off of him. And then I saw him look over the bench like, oh, great, he's done.
But it's also a reason why he's wide open. He's 34% three-point shooter.
And he
That's
missed a
not his
couple in
game.
the lane. He missed a couple in the lane where he went hard, and it's just tough defense. And I'm like, well, can he get a foul call?
Right. Well,
No,
Steve
because
Kerr,
he gets no whistles.
But listen, he was a little erratic yesterday. He wasn't looking up court.
Well, he wasn't
one time
great.
he was erratic.
I'm not here to say that he was
and
great.
Steve Kerr just had to quick cook on him. And it's a little disappointing. And now Anthony Lamb has hit his 50-game threshold. He's going to have to sit out unless the Warriors want to bring him onto the active roster and sign him through the rest of the season. A lot of people are going crazy over Anthony Lamb. Look, 27 minutes is probably 10 minutes too many for Anthony Lamb. But he's a guy, when you get out there, you can hit the open three. You can hit the open three. That's where it is. Can Iguodala hit an open three? No. Can Kuminga hit an open three? Not right now.
No.
Not right now. That's not his game. And then Draymond Green and Looney are not shooting. So Anthony Davis is just camping out in the paint and doing whatever he wants offensively. So the slow starts for the Golden State Warriors, and it's not so much the road woes where they've only got 7 wins. It's just slow starts for me.
I agree with that.
The slow starts, you're falling behind by double digits. Now you got to work, and all of a sudden the offense, which has been very balanced, all of a sudden you shoot 52 threes last night of your 91 field goal attempts. And no balance.
To me, that's a byproduct of the way that the Lakers were playing defense as well. When you just played Anthony Davis a week ago and you saw how many shots he affected around the rim, I think they were reluctant to attack. And I think that's credit to them. The other part is the Lakers' style of play offensively. Would they have like 8 turnovers, 7 turnovers? How many turnovers did they have?
Last night, 9 turnovers.
That's a pretty good job, right? And then the Warriors have been feasting off creating turnovers, getting misses, clearing defensive rebounds, and fueling the transition. So, double-edged sword. The first quarter thing, this is the other part. Not only are you giving up good first quarters to other teams, you're making guys who aren't good feel confident.
No doubt.
And that's frustrating.
Yeah, Austin Reeves went crazy yesterday. Malik Beasley, he hit. Well, he only hit 1 3, but he scored 12. Tony Brown Jr., he gives you 14 and 8. Pardon me. He gives you 14 and 8. So AD really cooked him though. 39 points.
He was amazing.
And he went down on the block.
Ponte,
that's the biggest dig.
That's the AD. The last couple of games, like even the game where he only scored 12 points. Defensively, that's a Hall of Fame defender. Like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he was playing, and then offensively, he was outstanding. What did he have, 20-something in the first half?
20-something in the first half, 39 overall, but he did not camp out on the three-point line.
No.
He only attempted 3 threes.
No.
That's where AD's at his best. When he's down on the block, he's physical, he's strong, 23 points in the first half, 4 rebounds, and he had a big fourth quarter.
What happened with Draymond Green being the AD stopper? Is that regular season? What is it? Because it used to be he was like the elixir that would slow him down.
Didn't slow him down yesterday.
No, I know that.
Didn't slow him down yesterday.
But what is it?
Well, it's just AD using his size.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got
such a
5
good player.
inches on Dre.
I know he's huge. He looks like he's in really good shape, too.
He's in better shape, and he knows that he has to step up for the LA Lakers as they battle for the play-in tournament. It's just, look, the Warriors are 0-18 now on the road when trailing got their 3 quarters. 0-18 on the road when Charlie got to 3 quarters. And now the sequence before the fourth quarter where Lamb misses a 3. Maybe Jordan Poole should have waited to start the offense. He initiates the offense a little early. Lamb misses a 3. Austin Reeves comes back on the other end, walks into a 3 right in front of his eye. It's a 3-point swing. Lakers go up 6 going into the final frame. Swing. I mean, it's really bad.
It was. That particular sequence was very frustrating. Well, we could pinpoint a lot of them. They just couldn't get enough stops down the stretch.
No doubt. There's still a 5th seed. Warriors still fifth.
I got those old Curry feelings though at the end where he just, and I knew they really didn't have a chance to win that game, but it was like seeing him and Clay bang bang, like automatically it was like, okay, we're gonna be okay.
The rotation thing kind of concerns me because when GP2 gets back, what does that mean for Kuminga? What does that mean?
I think he falls farther away from the court.
That's a problem for me.
Why is that?
That's a problem. This kid needs to play.
I know, but
he's one of your most athletic kids. He's one guy who can get to the free throw line. He forces fouls. He can dunk on your head. You see him make the acrobatic defensive plays. He's coming off his best week.
So then let me ask you this then. Right now, if you were to say who's going to help the Warriors win a championship this year more, is it some combination of GP2, Iguodala, or is it Kuminga?
It's a tough one because I need to see what GP2 has on the table.
That's
perimeter
fine.
defense.
I agree.
Perimeter
if it's between Iggy and Kuminga, I'm sorry.
I got to play Kuminga.
Yeah, thank you.
I had to play Kuminga.
Thank you.
Let's go to Jason in Oakland. Jason, what's happening? You're on the morning roast here on 95.7 The Game.
Good morning, you guys. You know, I love listening to the show every day, man. I listen to the show faithfully, even if I'm at work right now. But I want to tell you guys, man, don't bag on the Warriors this morning. You know,
I'm not.
Steph was just getting back. The rotation's kind of somewhat changed a little bit. Anthony Davis knew we ain't had no big center, so you know he's going to attack the paint. He's going to feel a little better. And one thing I wanted to say about Kuminga he's a good player, but you notice when we winning and a team is flowing, Kuminga confidence gets a little higher. But when it's time for him to, if we down, we can't too much depend on Kuminga making a shot or attacking him. He's going to play kind of like out of control.
Right.
If you notice, when we winning, Kuminga's hitting shots, he's dunking, everything is flowing. But if we losing, they can't. You notice Kerr always pull him to the bench because he doesn't play well when we down. But yesterday loss, I'm not worried about it. We're going to win probably today. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to get back.
I'm not.
Are we?
I'm not outraged
worried?
either. No, I don't think so. I'm not worried about it. I think the Warriors are fine. They're 5th place in the Western Conference right now. You're half game up on the Minnesota Timberwolves in the loss column. You have the tiebreaker over the T-Wolves. You're right where you want to be. The Clippers are free falling. The Pelicans have 33 losses. The Jazz are losing. So if you're a Warrior fan right now, you get Stephen Curry back. No setbacks with Steph. Clay's Clay. I feel good. I feel good about where the Warriors are at right now.
I do too.
Can you win Tuesday and Thursday? Can you win at OKC and Memphis? We'll see about that. I want to get those wins just to feel good and continue this roll here before you get to the weekend where you play Memphis, Milwaukee, and then the Phoenix Suns next Monday.
Is Jaws not going to be in that game?
John might be back. He's missing at least 2 games, but he may be back Thursday.
Okay. So the Kuminga thing is interesting. Like, you and I will, and I have no problem saying this, will crush Gabe Kapler and Farhan. Joey Bart, right? He doesn't have a lot of confidence. He hits a home run. He hits a double. He's benched the next day, right? Doesn't even play. And it's like, screw your analytics. Like, what about like the confidence of a young player and buying? What about the personal element? There was something frustrating for me. And again, it's not the end of the world, but I felt frustrated watching that game. It's like, Kuminga's had maybe his best week ever as a pro. Clearly, he's had 2 really good games in a row, maybe 3 good games in a row. And then he shows a couple of misses here and there, and it's like all of a sudden, go sit down over there. That's frustrating, and I can feel it for the kid. And then people are like, well, he's got to play through it and do it. It's a lot easier said than done. And I feel for him because I feel like every little microscopic mistake is going to be magnified, and it's going to have him on the bench longer and longer. When we need him, if we want to win a championship, we're going to need that athleticism.
Who do you need more? Who do you need more to win a championship? Jonathan Kuminga or Jordan Poole?
Wow, Poole. I feel like, but
so Poole.
Yeah, Poole, right?
Poole. That's the worry for me. If he's not starting, He's a completely different player, and I got some stats about that with Jordan Poole when he's on the bench and when he starts.
Okay.